Okay, good morning. I'm Angus from Akeneo. Thank you for joining me. If you can't hear me okay, the headphones work really well. So we've got about 20-25 minutes, and what I'd like to do is share some ideas with you around how your product experiences can drive your commercial goals. I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to try and explain how product experience can drive the commercial goals of any commercial organization. And hopefully by the end of it you'll have some food for thought, maybe some nuggets you can take away to help grow your business. Start with a couple of introductions. Akeneo, we're the product experience company. So what we do is provide a software solution, but then we provide the best practice advice around how you use that technology with your people and your processes to create great product experiences for your customers. We do that for business to business, business to consumer, direct to consumer, and for a broad range of clients. Relatively small range luxury goods like LVMH, through to deep range commodity products like building supplies. And these are just some of the customers we're proud to work with. And then a quick introduction to me, why I'm here. I started back in e-com when I joined the team that took the UK's first online order back in '95. Back in the days where you dialed up to a CompuServe shopping mall and placed your order. By 2000, I was in what was multi-channel, omni-channel at the time. I put the only, definitely the first, but definitely the only bookshop onto the Amstrad emailer for anyone who was around at the time. By 2006, I ran digital at W.H. Smith, and that gave me a real sense of how product experience and product data can drive your P&L. We had 5 million books that were being fed by supplier data, but at the other end of the spectrum we had thousands of own brand stationery products where we had to photograph it, describe it, set all the data up ourselves. Did that for 13 years. 2019 joined for the relaunch of Secret Sales as a marketplace. And then I joined Akeneo last year. My role there is strategist, so I work with our customers and our prospects to map your big commercial goals through to how product experience can help, and that's some of what I'll talk about today. Quick definition of product experience. Starts with a product. This is a product from one of our customers, but it becomes a product experience when it meets a customer, and products meet customers all the way through the purchase funnel, from inspiration and discovery through to purchase and all the way through into after sales. And I guess this is some illustrations of how the product experience changes down that funnel. So in social, for discovery, you're putting lifestyle images out to inspire your customers. When you get to the product page, you're trying to convert the customers to purchase. They need more functional information, complete information to give them the confidence to buy. And at a detail level, you know, when Puma put a product on their shoe on their own site, they don't need to put Puma in the title of the shoe, but when they're selling it through Amazon ASOS, they do, because that's the way they're going to get discovered. So product experience changes in the context of the customer you're talking to at the time. And then I'll set the scene. I wanted to talk about some of the challenges that you and businesses have. And when you look out of your business, there are countless opportunities to sell, channels, marketing channels, and touch points across all those. And that's quite a confusing scene to look at. I did start doing lots of copying logos onto a thing, but you can sell on Amazon and stuff like that. That was a very boring slide. This kind of gives the impression of what it's like looking out at the confusion. But then that confusion you take into your business, and you start assigning some of those channels that you want to be on to departments within your business. So here you'd maybe have someone in social who wants lifestyle images. You've got someone in your e-com team who wants much richer information, functional information and inspirational information. But in marketplaces, you want that in the format that the marketplace will accept it, so you need another cut. And then if you're dealing with retailers, they may need logistics information. They may need high-res images for a catalogue. And the challenge is, you've taken that confusion you've looked at outside your business, you've brought it into your business and tried to simplify it and turn it into a system and give it department names. The challenge then is you've potentially created silos. So there's some great content that the social team have created that the e-com team would like, but it's not shared, and you get into the world of sharing emails with each other or following your own company account to check what another team's content is and how you share it around the place. So you've potentially created some silos around that information. But the most critical view in your business is your customer's view. What are they seeing? How do they meet your product? And they're meeting your product in places to inspire them off your site, and then potentially on your site, in your stores. And they need a consistent view of that product, and they need to build their knowledge of that product. The previous session was talking about your customers becoming experts in your own products. And the challenge you might have here is that in one of your channels, you call this a yellow sofa, in another channel you call it a mustard sofa. The customer's now thinking you've got two different sofas, and on my mobile screen I can see how it's slightly different colour. Yeah, perhaps they have got two. Do I want the mustard or the yellow? It's entirely irrelevant conversation, and it's taken your customer away from a purchase journey. So you've got to take all that confusion in the outside world, the potential silos within your business, and then make it make sense to your customer when they are meeting your product in all those different locations. And then there's more context you lay on top of that, which is the way the world is at the moment. In retail, it's tough, but that's seen in all verticals and all channels. The economy's under pressure, and this is where I look back to when I was running a P&L at WH Smith, and there are two priorities in this kind of trading condition. One is you need to operate at lowest possible cost. You need to be able to operate profitably however the sales line is going to come through, because it's going to be tough. But you also need to make the most of each customer you've got. You know that acquiring new customers is going to be one of the more expensive things you can do. So making the most of your current customers is critical. And therefore, when you think about the measures that you use to track that, it's broadly these. So you need to acquire customers at lowest cost. You need to convert them, but you don't want to convert them just by giving them more discount. And then you want them to come back again. And again, you don't want to incentivize that. You'd like them to come back because they want to, rather than because you've given them another offer and undermined your margin. And given the topic of this conversation, you probably realize there's a product experience solution for each of those. So your lowest cost way of attracting traffic is most likely to be organic search engine traffic. And the lucky thing there is that about half of all product purchases start with a Google search for that product. So if you can get your on-page content right, the meta content supporting that, and that product is set in the right category context, then you're giving yourself the best chance of coming higher up the Google rank. You're giving yourself the best chance for acquiring that lowest cost traffic. And then once you've got them, you want to convert them. And in order to convert them, you want to give them all the reasons to stay. And actually the biggest reason to leave is incomplete or inaccurate data. And then what you can get caught into a world of is compensating for incomplete data by giving bigger and bigger discounts. If you can optimize the data of 98% of the reason for dropping out is incomplete or inaccurate data around the product page. If you can have that accurate data, then you're less likely to have to discount, hopefully. And once you've got them, you want them to come back again. And there's some Gartner analysis around loyalty, that the primary driver of loyalty and repeat purchase is product experience, because the expectations you set prior to purchase, if they're at least met when the product arrives, then you're most likely to drive a repeat. If there's an offset between the expectation you set and what arrives, then you're not only likely to drive your returns up, but you're potentially not, even if they keep it, they're not necessarily going to come back to you and buy again. So there's a rationale for all of those big measures at a tough time of trading to support with product experience. I've got a couple of examples, a few examples to run through. It's always fun to look at other people's websites. So in terms of acquiring customers, like I say, you want to get the right content on your product page, and you want it to be customer facing. This is an Andy Murray tennis top. It's Fiesta coloured, and I've circled it in a Fiesta hoop there so you can see. Trouble is, I think that's orange, not Fiesta. And if I'm looking for an orange Andy Murray tennis top, I can't find this because there's no mention of orange on the product page. There's no mention of orange in the meta. Orange hasn't been assigned to the product in the on-site search engine, so I can't find it on Google and I can't find it on the site. And this product also comes in black and green, and those are called black and green, both of which are sold out. This one's discounted and lots of stock left. It may be people don't like Fiesta as a colour. It may be that they could never find it in the first place. So customer-facing content on your site will help you get discovered. And like I say, then once you've got them, you want to convert them, and to convert customers, you need to give them confidence that they're making the right decision. They don't want perfect, comprehensive information. They need enough information to reassure them that they're not making a mistake. So if I want to buy a charger for my electric car, my critical decision is, does it fit my electric car? Is it compatible with my car? Unfortunately, this product description says it's suitable for use with most European cars. So if your car is a Nissan built in Sunderland, is that a European car? And is it one of the European cars that this fits? You're creating questions for your customer and they're not going to buy. The additional issue is now they're not only not going to buy, are they going to drive cost into your business because they're going to phone you up or email you or raise a contact that you're then going to have to answer. There's a competitor of selling the same product that I found, and they helpfully had a Q&A facility on their product page. There are 34, last time I checked, 34 questions on that product page. Virtually everyone is, will this fit, because it has the same lack of information, will this fit my name of car here? And that exposes another challenge, because you've not communicated to your customer the right information to give them confidence, but if your internal team hasn't got the right information either, they're going to then answer those questions incorrectly. And that's exactly what happens on that other site. So some of the responses are, it fits all electric cars, you'll be fine. And some of the other responses are, you need to check with the dealership and check your manual to see if it fits your car. It's because the internal customer service team haven't got the data, and therefore they can't answer it, and therefore you've driven more contacts into your business, and you've still not sold the product. And this is a bit of Forrester data that sits behind that. So as you build relevant content on your product page, you're going to increase your conversion rate. If you've only got an item number and a price, you're going to be significantly below the average conversion rate for your category. As you add description, spec, low-res image, you're building up to average for your category. As you get to more relevant content, high-res images, bit of video, then you're going to be exceeding the conversion rate for your category. And then the final step in that sequence is loyalty and repeat purchase. This example's of this dress. It's sold by retailer A and retailer B. Retailer A and retailer B are within the same retail group. They share some information between them, but not all of the information between them. B's got more information to share with their customers than A has. And critically, B knows that this is a dry clean only dress. A hasn't put that on their product page. Therefore, if I buy this from retailer A, I've got a higher chance I'm going to return it, because the expectation set for me is that you haven't said it's dry clean only, so I assume I can put it in the washing machine. I receive it, I can't put it in the washing machine, it doesn't fit my needs, I'm going to send it back. So you're going to drive returns and lower the chance of getting a return customer. So those are examples of very practical, tangible examples of right now in tough trading conditions how product experience can help. But if I pull right back up, and I said at the start, I'm trying to be ambitious and talk to how this impacts all businesses, not just predominantly online businesses, is that as a commercial organisation, ultimately you're trying to grow the profits of your business. And fairly simplistically, all commercial organisations will do that in two ways. They want to grow profitable sales, and they want to do that in the most cost-efficient way possible. So if you can do those two things, you'll grow profitably. Over the next few slides, I'll go into a bit of detail around how product experience can help you do all those things. So taking products, growing profitable sales, you can do this in two ways. You can do new things, and if you want to do new things, you can add new products to your range. You can add new places to sell that product, open new stores, open new channels. But critically, you've got a base of your business now which is substantial, and if you can get a small growth on that, that's ultimately a big benefit. And you'll grow that base by increasing the volume of your sales, the value of your sales, or just getting the mix right and selling more of your more profitable stuff. And actually, if you could do all 5 of those things, you really get your business motoring. I appreciate it's starting to get smaller. It becomes an eye test, this presentation, but I'll talk to the principles. I've taken those 5 things that drive profitable sales for your business, new products, new channels, volume, value, mix. And against each of those, in the same way that they're fairly generic to all commercial businesses, the measures that sit behind those are pretty generic too. So if you want to, sorry, can't quite see over there. If you want to add new products to your business, the way you're going to measure the success of that is how quickly you can get them to market and get them in front of your customers, more on sale time, better information to reorder, beat your competitors, all those good things. But also you want incremental sales. You don't want to add 1,000 products to your range when you've got 1,000 products and you only sell the new 1,000, you don't sell the old 1,000 anymore. You need to tell the story around how those products are differentiated. Was there a new customer for those? Should you trade up into those? Should you buy a bigger basket with those in? And therefore the product experience levers are, I need an easy process to get that information out to customers, but then I need the tools to be able to differentiate and tell the stories of those different products as well. And going through the others, if I'm going to get into new channels, how quickly can I add new channels and new regions to my business? Well, again, it's about ease, and it's about engaging different audiences in different ways. You launch a website in France, it needs to be in French. You launch in a country where they use inches rather than centimetres, you need the relevant dimensions, you need to tell that story. Volume will come from traffic, increase your traffic, increase your conversion, minimise your returns. So you need the content that can get into your marketing channels to drive your traffic. You need to engage your audiences like we saw around conversion. And then accurate and complete data, our customers see that their returns come down by about 20% because you're setting the right expectations for customers. Value, you want to tell a premium story, you want to trade up, you want to add your grow your baskets. Well, you need to promote the benefits of your product, promote your brand, and make product association so people know this goes with this is compatible with this. And then in terms of the sales mix, well, you need to know what your best performing products are and what levers you've got to drive that. So is it the video that makes a difference to sell your more premium stuff over your less premium stuff? You need the analytics behind it to do that. So that's growing your products, you're growing your profitable sales. The flip side is cost efficiency, doing things in the most productive way. And from a data perspective, you need to create that data, deploy it, and use it as cost efficiently as possible. And similarly as before, those are fairly generic to all commercial businesses, but so are the measures that sit behind it. When I'm creating a product, data, I need to do it quickly and get things to market faster. Boohoo, one of our clients, took that time down from days to minutes to add a product to their website. And in order to do that, you need ease of use of the system. You need to automate. You need collaborative workflows so everyone knows their role. Perhaps you need a legal sign-off. You need people from marketing involved. You need to prioritize the high-value content and the high-value products. And then you need to know when you're done. When have I got all the information to put this product onto Amazon, for instance, and get it on there as quickly as possible. And similarly with deploying, so getting that data easily onto those channels, you need an easy integration. You need to be able to localize that content. And then use cases is when this becomes a bit more business specific. Each business has got its own use cases around how they use data. I guess my favorite example here is, because a lot of our customers, once they've got complete, accurate, enriched product data, they suddenly realize there's whole new use cases they didn't have before when they were cutting Excel spreadsheets between each other and making do. Again, I mentioned at the start, I worked in the books business. I worked with a books wholesaler who wanted to improve the efficiency of the picking in their warehouse. They were using book titles to pick. They added some content to their catalogue. They started presenting images so that their pickers could use images to pick. That meant they could pick faster in their warehouse, but critically it also opened their picking population up. They're based in a seaside town with an ageing population. They they struggled to find people to work in the warehouse. They had a Polish community that didn't have particularly good English. They could suddenly open up their picking operation to non-English speakers, and they had a seasonal staff that they didn't have before. So there's opportunities not only to product experience for your customers, but internal customers as well, and that's partly how you can drive efficiency through improved process. This is definitely not a side test. This is deliberately small, but what I've done is compiled all those slides that I've just talked you through, and I guess what this reflects is the complexity you're dealing with. You know, business has got lots of levers and lots of things you're trying to manage, but ultimately you've got to get to the far right and get profit growth, and you do that through all those things we talked about, and there's product experience can sit behind each of those. And that's why we summarize it to 3 things that product experience can help you with, and Akeneo can help you with: selling better, selling anywhere, selling faster. You can do all those things across all your P&L, will ultimately drive your commercial goals. And to put some numbers on it, we went out to Forrester, asked them to independently have conversations with our customers and value the importance and the value of product experience to those customers. They found that over a 3-year period, those customers were seeing a 15% increase in operating margin through a combination of sales growth and returns improvement on costs. The project had an ROI of in excess of three times, and they were getting payback within 6 months because of the impact across the P&L. Like I say, it's not just a product page benefit; it's a business benefit. So in summary, we've talked a bit about product experience and how product experience can drive profitable growth for your business, and it can do that in a number of ways. But ultimately, and when times are tough and you need to acquire at low cost and convert and then get repeat customers, product experience can sit behind all of that. But then for the 2 big drivers of your business, profitable sales and cost efficiency, product experience can sit behind all of that as well. And hopefully, in what I've taken you through has given you some ideas about how this could work in your business, and it'd be great to follow on those conversations. If you thought I was going to get to the end of a conversation at Ecom Expo without mentioning AI, very much disappointed. A bit of breaking news from us was that last week we announced the acquisition of Unified, which is the leading AI platform to manage product data into your business. The magic that they can do is take files from third parties or maybe internal teams and clean it up, spot gaps and fill them automatically, spot errors, potentially look at the color of a product and tell you that the color field doesn't say, you know, we've looked at that and that's orange, so we've created another field that says orange for you. And also to enrich that content with additional information and then create that content ready to personalize for different regions. What that does is mean that the low value activity that your teams currently get involved with, sorting out spreadsheets, cleaning up data, they can stop doing that and focus on high value activity like better understanding customers and selling your products. So that's a really exciting benefit that we can now bring that accelerates a lot of those changes that we talked about before. So thank you for your time. I'll hang around at the back if you've got any questions. We're on F10, which is with our Mac colleagues, which is backed by the main entrance. This is the QR code for those Forrester pack if you wanted to learn a bit more about the financial benefits of product experience. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers.